Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to Lockdown. We're here for the main show, as we saw in the pre-show earlier. 3 fantastic matches, and tonight we've got even more great action to come. We continue with stage 1 of the pay-per-view, and that is the steel cage matches, and we are kicking things off here on the main show with the Mayhem Tag Team Championships on the line in a steel cage tornado tag team match. Black Jesus and Damas are out first, the League of Gods, in what is a huge night for them. Their first attempts at the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. And let me tell you how this one went down. League of Gods, they've been rising up the ranks as of late, been knocking off many tag teams with this Greek-style open challenge. And of course, they faced the champions earlier on this month. And the champions, after depending so heavily on Coach Wilson to win the match, the general manager decided that he'd never seen anything quite as pathetic as that, and he requested this match to occur at the pay-per-view in a steel cage tornado tag with no Coach Wilson. Well, the Linebacks, they have had wins over the League of Gods, but the League of Gods have had wins over them. This is by far the League of Gods' toughest challenge to date. And I think these two fully are aware of that. They know that. They know the threat that they pose to them because they've done it before. They've beaten them in the past. But tonight, when the titles are on the line, will the Linebacks do what they always do and apply the pressure to keep the titles? Or will the League of Gods walk out the third ever WIW Mayhem Tag Team Champions? And here come the champs, Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green in their classic red pay-per-view jerseys. The Linebacks, well, they have the tough job not only of defending in a steel cage tornado tag match, but also defending without Coach Wilson, and they have proven lately they have struggled to do that, winning majority of matches without Coach Wilson through count-out or disqualification. And unfortunately, they can't depend on that tonight. They don't have champion's advantage. The only way to win this match is for both these two to escape the cage. And this match is a very tactical match. It requires a maximum amount of teamwork because you can't just escape on your own and let your teammate do the rest. You need to make sure that your teammate escapes at the same time as you do, or he's going to be locked in the cage in a 2-on-1 situation. So I wonder what the game plan is for both these teams. These two have been running like a well-oiled machine as champions. This is their second stint as the tag team champions, longest reigning tag team champions here on the red and black brand. And tonight, they've got their toughest challenge to date, a tag team tornado steel cage match. And it is for the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. If they can get past this one, there will be no doubt that they have earned them and that they deserve them. The cage is lowered as Xander and Green defend once again, this time against the League of Gods. And underway we go with the main card. A lockdown. Look at this straight out of the gate. A military press slam. Shades of John Cutter over there from Black Jesus. Meanwhile, Damas working away on Patrick Green. There's a snap suplex and a big strike from Black Jesus. And straight out the gate, the League of Gods going to be putting the work in. Not going to waste any time to get off to a good start here. Nice little enziguri from Damas. And I wonder what I wonder what the tactics are going to be, because like I say, if one person escapes the cage, then we're in a 2-on-1 situation, and that's a bad scenario to be in. Of course, you can go for the cover, but that might be a very risky move because where everyone's so close to each other and an inability to really escape the cage, it might be too hard for either of them to actually secure a 3 count. And now look at this. Oh, nice little scoop-up slam there by Black Jesus and Patrick Green, trying to get himself back into this match, but Damas making sure that the League of Gods stay in control. And now Damas to the top. We know he loves an elbow drop. Oh, this time he goes for a leg drop as Damas goes for a gut wrench. And look at this. Damas making the escape here. Damas is making an escape. Green getting back to his feet. Black Jesus making sure Xander doesn't go for him. And I think Green's going to be able to stop him. Yep, Green gets up there, preventing the stop, and he gets here. And now Black Jesus. Jesus making the climb, and Green sees him going for it. And he's having to stop Jesus as well, and the League of Gods just trying to get themselves out there. And that was actually quite a smart tactic there. Used one to distract the other so that they can make the climb. And that was an interesting tactic. Didn't quite pay off there. But the League of Gods just trying to get out and capture the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. Remember, both of them need to escape the cage in order to walk out the winners, not just the one. Xander and Green, you'd think they might have just let one go there. They could have been in a 2-on-1 situation, but then again, I don't think they realized the others had made the climb. And now look at this. Patrick Green getting ready to make the climb. He's hesitating here. He's deciding whether he should. He's gone for it now, but it's too late because Darmus is back to his feet. And Darmus, look at that, doesn't even need to climb the cage to bring Xander back down. And both teams just going for that early escape. It's going to be tough, though, in that 2-on-1 situation. Xander takes down Darmus. And now Xander. What's he thinking from the middle rope? Oh, and he sees Black Jesus running at him, and he couldn't prevent him from countering with a belly-to-belly. And now look at this. Oh, and Green saw Jesus getting ready to make the climb and prevents him. And Darmus prevents the scoop-up slam on Black Jesus. And these two teams going at it, hammer and tongue. No one's wasting any time here in this steel cage matchup. Oh, well, escape there by Darmus. Oh, spinning back fist. I just see that out of the corner of my eye. Spinning back fist on Patrick Green, but Green just shakes it off. And Darmus now lining up for the elbow drop. All of a sudden, the League of Gods, both in a position to put him away. There's an elbow drop to Kazarian Xander. And now, oh, look at this. What's, Jesus going to make the escape here. He's going to try and make the escape. Meanwhile, submission hold is applied in the ring on Kazarian Xander. And Jesus is climbing. He's getting close to the top here. He might be able to escape. No, Xander sees it coming and makes the escape. Oh, and Jesus is down. Darmus tried to capitalize on Green. Oh, he managed to counter there on the arm drag. Didn't quite get what he was going for. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, he scooped him up. I thought maybe he was going for Greetings from Greece. Didn't go for it. Connects with an elbow drop. And he's going to try and climb the cage with Xander. Quick to it. He sees it coming. No one's escaping that easy from this matchup. And you have a feeling that these two teams would fight to the bitter end. Oh, look at this. Spiking DDT. Oh, the impact. Right in the ring. And Xander connects big on Darmus. Darmus with the leg sweep, though. Oh, now Green gets behind. Oh, no. Now Jesus from behind. Jesus spinning him around. Oh, and he might be taking him on an even bigger swing here. Darmus. Wait, what's Darmus doing here? Oh, Darmus with a nice little Hurricane Runner. But what's Jesus doing? Jesus. Oh, look at that. Never seen that from Black Jesus before. And now Darmus. Darmus going for Greetings from Greece. This could be the opening now. Green being choked out on the other side. Greetings from Greece. Greetings from Greece. And now look at this. Darmus with a submission of his own. Oh, and we might have had a double submission then, but Green escapes. And Xander is saved by Green. Oh, and now look at this. Darmus is going to make the escape. He's going to try and climb the cage. Jesus is going to take down Green. And this is the opening for both of them. They both have this opening. Now, Xander trying to get back to his feet. Darmus is at the top. Darmus is at the top. Darmus has escaped. Darmus has escaped. Can Jesus do the same? This could be it. This could be it. We could have new tag team champions right here. Xander trying to grab him. It's too late. It's too late. We have new tag team champions. Darmus and Black Jesus have done it. The League of Gods. In a match which, to be honest, they controlled, they dominated, and they deserve to walk out the champions with. They have done it. The League of Gods in their first attempt have captured the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. Well, they had proven to be a dominant tag team since the moment they have teamed together. And tonight, they finally have gotten the job done. There was the Greetings from Greece that kept Xander down for long enough to help both of them escape at the same time. And that's exactly what I said had happened. And they've done it, ladies and gentlemen. Darmus and Black Jesus, what a year it is becoming for them. They are your new tag team champions. And I cannot believe it. The second new champions tonight. And they hold the titles up high. The Mayhem Tag Team Champions now. Darmus and Black Jesus have dethroned the longest reigning Tag Team Champions in history on Mayhem. And the Linebacks. Well, the Linebacks, I'm sure, will be hungry to cash in their rematch clause and try and get their titles back and become three-time Tag Team Champions. But Darmus and Black Jesus did what they said they would. And they have captured the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. What a fantastic display from the League of Gods. And I think that this match is going to make a lot of people very happy. Let's move on down the rest of tonight's amazing lineup. Next up tonight, the final steel cage match, and that will conclude stage 1 of the pay-per-view. After this, we'll be moving on to stage 2, which is the Hell in a Cell matches. And this final steel cage match is for the Fight Night Women's Championship. Of course, if you haven't been following the story to this point, let me get you up to speed. Shannon Austin, a few weeks ago, won the right in a #1 contenders match in a fatal 4-way, I believe, to earn herself a match at the champion. She was one of 4 people who have not had a chance to face for the championship as of yet. And tonight, she will be the next in line for the championship opportunity. Of course, the champion already knocking off Jade Cottrell, Isabella Vega, and who was the last one? Tashley. Although that Tashley defeat might have been not been very convincing, but she got the job done. But Shannon Austin will face Laura Stables, and of course we don't know what side of Stables she will be facing here tonight. It's not quite been determined. We'll have to see as she makes her way down to the ring, and first one down to the ring is Shannon. She has got one tough task here tonight to deal with Laura Stables, who has been in great form when the title is on the line. Of course, working with her this week to pick up a loss, I believe, in the end, to Violet and Wildcat. No, they ended up winning that match. I believe Shannon got the winning cover. And, oh no, Laura, it was the submission. Yeah, she managed to get behind with the submission hold and pick up the win in the end. Well, they've been working together, but there's always been that underlying hatred between the two. You can see it in the way they approach each other. They've been playing the mind games, but they have never faced each other one-on-one. They've never meeting in the ring other than back at the beginning when the title was on the line in that Battle Royal. But Shannon, this is a history-making match. She, of course, was a trial-era women's champion. If she manages to do this, she will have won every title in the WIW women's history, bar, of course, the Mayhem Women's Championship, which, of course, she hasn't had a chance to win. So every title she's eligible for, she would have won if she walks out the winner here tonight. The question is, can she do it against Laura Stables? Who has Laura Stables brought? Oh, and it's Stables. Stables is here and things are about to get interesting. Well, I wonder if this one was tactical. Laura Stables, of course, been in a princess persona for the whole week now, and looks like maybe, just maybe she does have a bit of control. Maybe she's preserving the more chaotic, more destructive version of herself for the match tonight in what is going to be one devilish match. I can see steel cage for that title that's around her waist. And don't confuse the white strap with her purity, because there's a lot of darkness in this woman. A woman split in half, but the side that's out of her, you are going to see some devilish things from. I'm sure of it. The Fight Night Women's Championship is on the line. The last steel cage match of the evening. We've seen a lot of steel cage matches tonight, so I hope that's satisfied everyone's need for a steel cage match. And the final one here tonight, and away we go. Look at this Shannon before the cage even finishes, lowering it straight out the gate here. And she's being wise. She's seeing what's persona, and she can't afford to let her take the control of it. Shannon, of course, we know is a dominant woman. Very, very strong. Former semi-professional rugby player, or amateur, I guess, in women's rugby. Packing that in to pursue her wrestling career, and she's been very successful. One of the more successful members of the Austin family, of course. Her brother, of course, the chairman of WIW, Ryan Austin, the super athlete, Harry Austin, the flying ninja. She's the only one out of all three, well, out of the 3 active ones to hold a title. Of course, her brother, back in the trial era, was a former world champion. And Shannon, of course, tonight competing for what will be her second title. Of course, the trial era championship that she won doesn't go in the history books, but to her, it doesn't mean it didn't mean any less. Tonight, she could capture the Fight Night Women's Championship and cement her legacy. And that's what she wants to do. She's back again to prove that she is one of the best women of all time in professional wrestling. And if she does that, if she captures the title here tonight, she's definitely on her way to solidifying that. But Laura Stables has been a tough cookie to crack. She's defended it on numerous occasions. I believe now this is her 4th month, maybe 5th month as the women's champion. She has been a dominant fighter, a truly great champion. And both sides of her shown her wrestling ability. And now look at Shannon. Oh, very nice with a Michinoku driver. And Shannon maybe thinking of escaping here. Oh no, Shannon's taking this a step further. She knows she's going to have to do everything in her power to beat her here tonight. And she's going to use that exposed turnbuckle. And of course, no disqualifications in a match like this. Shannon storming out the gate and really bringing it to the champion here. And now what's she thinking? Shannon. Oh, look at this. King and swing. Laura Stables in serious trouble. She didn't even need to swing her for that long. And that's what I'm talking about. The raw strength and power that Shannon Austin possesses. And Stables is in serious jeopardy of losing her title right now if she can't start to mount some offense. She does so here. There's a backbreaker. Oh, and just wrenching away on the back just a bit more. Shannon in a bad place. Well, Laura Stables, Fight Night Women's Champion. She's no slouch either, as I mentioned. She's been champion for quite some time now. And there's nothing really that she hasn't proven inside that ring. Oh, look at this. Oh, Shannon flapjacks her onto the cage and spine busts her down. And that could be the opening she needs. She's going to try and make the climb now. Trying to make the climb, but no. Stables says no and takes her down. And Stables, of course, she knows that Shannon is nowhere near her enough to actually make the climb. Instead, she climbs to the middle turnbuckle. Look at her fly there with a crossbody. Well connected. And Stables, she's actually going to escape. Stables is going to try and make the escape off the crossbody. Shannon's down. Probably not out of it, though. She gets up in time. Can she get over there and stop the climb? Yes, she can. Stables, oh, she had a hand at the top there. And she's taken down by Shannon. Shannon with an opening us up. No. She's going to flex for people now. She's confident. She senses she has the control in this match. And then we might be looking at the third newest crown champion of the night. And is that going to be the theme of the night? Are we going to see a lot of new title changes? Oh, and look at that, bouncing her off the cage and the rope. And now that might be the opening she needs. Shannon, she's dominated this match. Can she do it? Can she make that push and that climb? She thought about it maybe for too long there. And Laura Stables is going to be able to grab her and take her back down, I think. Grabs her. Can she throw her back? Yes, she can. Oh, what a women's championship match this has been so far. Probably one of the best steel cage matches we've had so far tonight. I mean, the Big Willie one at the beginning of the pre-show was a fantastic matchup, as was the European Championship. We also, of course, had the Cruiserweight Championship. If you did not watch the pre-show, be sure to go and watch it. I ain't going to spoil any of it. I'll say what happened. All I will tell you is that one of the 3 titles that were on the line did change. That's the only spoiler I'm prepared to give you. And, of course, we've already seen a changing champion here tonight, but Stables now beginning the climb, trying to make sure that she is in the next one to lose her championship here. And the final match of stage 1 here. Oh, she was about to climb and reach over the top, but Shannon quick to grab her and taking her down. Of course, Shannon may be from the trial era, but she never competed in a cage match. She wasn't the champion at the time when the cage was there. Oh, and Shannon now. Shannon setting up here. This could be the opening she needs to wrap this one up. What's Shannon thinking? Oh, look at this. Showing off her brute strength, mocking the champion with a stalling suplex, connecting in the ring. Oh, and Shannon, oh, she might have been setting up for something there, but Stables trying to crawl away. And now Shannon's going to go for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was really close. And I wish the count would actually display. The count displaying is on, but I have no idea why it's not working. Oh, and Stables tried to capitalize from behind. Couldn't do it. Tried to spin her around. Again, couldn't do it. Shannon is in complete control of this match. And now Shannon might be able to go for the end here and wrap this one up. Look at this. Driving her into the mat. What a move. And straight into the cover. Is that going to be enough to become women's champion? Here tonight, she's done it. Shannon is the new Fight Night Women's Champion. The only woman to capture a trial era championship. And the Fight Night Women's Championship now is added to her impressive repertoire. What a match. She looked amazing from start to finish. Laura Stables just didn't get out the gate. And just like that, we have the crowning of the third newest champion tonight. Well, we see the League of Gods just win their title. But the final match of stage 1, we see another new champion has been crowned. Shannon back to her winning ways. It's been a long road back to the top, but Shannon Austin finally steps up and is the first Austin this year to capture a championship. She's the first Austin in history now, as of course the trial era doesn't count, the first champion in history for the Austin family. And Shannon did an amazing job. She really showed off her power, her strength here tonight. And in doing so, she has walked out the Fight Night Women's Champion. Will Stables, I'm sure she'll be ready and gunning for her rematch clause as well. But what a night it's been so far. 2 new title changes, and we've still got a hell of a lot to go here on the card. So let's continue on down the rest of what's going to be a historic night here. I can already see here at Lockdown. Well, we have moved past stage 1. All steel cage matches have happened. Everything is sorted now. We have 3 new champions leaving stage 1, and we now progress into stage 2 of the pay-per-view, and that is Hell in a Cell. And we are kicking off with another women's matchup, and this time it's the Mayhem Women's Championship on the line, and this one I cannot wait to see. First one down to the ring is Katherine Albright, who has got one tough task indeed to do here tonight. And Katherine Albright dealing with Sandra Piper. These two have been colliding head for months, ever since we found out Sandra Piper will be defending against Katherine Albright. Of course, they didn't know till very, very late what the cage stipulation would be, but they do have a task to do here tonight. Katherine Albright, she's got one hell of a task. If she walks out the winner of this, she is thoroughly deserved. Of course, this is Hell in a Cell rules. No count out, no disqualification. Only way to win is by pinning your opponent inside that ring. And if she can do that, she will walk out the Mayhem Women's Champion. Only the second ever in history. Of course, we saw tonight the second ever Women's Champion on Fight Night crowned in Shannon Austin. Tonight, she'll be looking to repeat that if she can here. Katherine Albright with one hell of a task ahead. And let's bring out the champion, who has been on a dominant reign as of late, and I mean dominant. There is nothing that she hasn't done here on Monday Night Mayhem. She's beaten everyone that there is to beat right now, and she takes them all on, and she's taking them down to the point where she's literally beating them by choking them out. It is Sandra Piper, the Mayhem Women's Champion, ready to defend in this Hell in a Cell match, the first of the evening. And what a match it's going to be. Sandra Piper, so dominant, so fierce. And to be honest, right now, the way she's been going, I don't see her losing this championship. She's been too powerful, too dominant, and she's got so much momentum coming into this pay-per-view, where Katherine Albright actually has suffered a couple of losses. Of course, since coming into the pay-per-view, she managed to get the one in the go-home show. She managed to pick up a victory, but she's lost to people like Adrian Reyes, and it really isn't going to help her. And the champion is just so dominant, and there's no one that has slowed her down. She's got a full head of steam coming into this, so Katherine Albright has got one hell of a task. But if she can get it done, then what a match indeed. Well, this is going to be a great match regardless, but what a win it would be for her if she can get it done. The Mayhem Women's Championship on the line. The challenger, Tiffany, I knew I was going to say that. Katherine Albright steps up to face her when no one else will. But can she do it? Can she dethrone the women's champion, Sandra Piper, who has torn through everyone who has stood in her way since becoming the women's champion, since debuting on the women's roster? But the question still remains, when the cell is lowered and the title is on the line, can Sandra Piper do it again and continue her monstrous reign as the Mayhem Women's Champion? Well, of course, so far, the odds are not in favor for the champions. Well, actually, it's tied right now, I believe. I believe we had we have 2 successful title defenses and 3 non-successful title defenses. Will this match equalize it, or will we see the birth of another new champion? The cell is lowered, stage 2 begins, and away we go. And look at the height difference between Sandra Piper and Katherine Albright. Doesn't necessarily correlate to a strength advantage, because we know that both these women are very capable fighters. But, of course, that height advantage will play a massive factor, as it has done for quite some time in these Hell in a Cell match, as it has done in this in the matchups between Sandra Piper and her opponents. Now look at this. Big gut-wrench suplex. And look at this. She's not wasting any time here. Straight to the outside and straight underneath. She's going for a chair here. Oh, and Katherine Albright trying to get the crowd behind her. That might have been a mistake as she didn't see Sandra Piper behind her with the steel chair and straight away bringing an object and not wasting any time. And we knew she wouldn't. She's a ruthless fighter. She doesn't back down or slow down for anyone. Just does whatever it takes to demolish her opponents. The chair already coming into play here. And maybe a bit more. Who knows? We'll have to see as time progresses in this matchup. And now look at this. Trying to lift her up. Oh, and suplexes her onto the chair, and she felt that one on her back. And now Katherine Albright taunting again here. She seems really confident, but she's not really mounting much offense. Here, that's her first real attack on Sandra, and now Sandra Piper feeling the pressure here as another suplex connects. Well, this Hell in a Cell gives them nowhere to go, nowhere to run. It gives them enough leg room, at least, to walk around. But it doesn't give them enough. But it does, of course, lock him in here. No countouts, no disqualification, nowhere for her to run. Of course, that does give Sandra Piper does not have champion's advantage coming into this matchup. But right now, she hasn't really been using it. So, I'm sure that's not a worry that's in her mind. Now, Katherine Albright, who's starting to get on a roll here. Oh, and beautiful. Oh, look at this. Her leg hooked against the rope as well. Oh, that's going to hurt. And the back breaker, and then just flopping her off the top of that rope. And what's Albright thinking here? Albright all of a sudden turning the tide in this match. Oh, and there's a face barrow. Wheelbarrow face buster is what I meant to say. And now Katherine Albright trying to advance further, but Sandra Piper not going to let her stay in control for too long, I'm sure. And now look at this, trying to grab her out. Oh, trying to maybe sort herself out with those triple headbutts. Couldn't quite do it. Try to get behind here. And she does. Sandra Piper gets behind. Remember, Mayhem Women's Championship on the line here. And Sandra Piper looking at a big strike before softening her up now. Katherine Albright in serious jeopardy now of suffering a defeat here. Already been beaten down with the chair and now being beaten down with the headbutts. And Sandra Piper has her down on the apron. Not a good place to be. Oh, and there's a double axe handle to the back. Sandra Piper asserting her dominance here. Tilt-a-whirl slam! Tilt-a-whirl slam! And into the cover. Is that going to be enough to put away Katherine Albright here tonight? No, it's 2.5! And look at Sandra's face. That usually does the trick. It hasn't done it here tonight. The match continues. And now Sandra trying to advance further forward, but look at this, Katherine Albright. Not going to let her do that. Now playing to the crowd, and the crowd getting behind her now, because she actually is still in this match. She's still fighting back. There's a Northern Lights. This match has been predominantly in the ring, but weapons have come into play. Oh, and now look at this, Katherine doing whatever it takes, trying to fight back in this match. Oh, well done there. Oh, and a big kick. And as her in the corner now, trying to fight back in this match, trying to do something just to get herself back in control, as she was for a brief spell there, but Sandra Piper just shaking off everything that she's throwing at her right now. Or try to stomp her down and choke her maybe in the corner from the Tree of Woe position. Couldn't do so. And now it's got it down. And it's counter after counter between both of these women. Neither of them giving an edge. And these two proving to be a good match for each other. Sandra Piper again with a counter. And now scooping her up. And now look at this, a big wrestling takedown. And Sandra Piper in control of the match. Oh dear, not this again. Trying to choke her out again. Trying to put her to sleep. And she's done so. The referee forcing her to break it. She's not releasing. And the referee has ended this one once again on KO. Sandra Piper just choked out another victim. And again, she doesn't tap. Instead, she chokes her out. She refuses to tap. And this match is going to end on knockout. What a match. This is it again. Look at this. The eyes of Sandra Piper just wanting to kill her opponent. Not even hurt. Kill. And again, another victim taps, and watch the moment that Katherine passes out. It's there. She's out like a light. There's nothing she can do, and yet the pressure is still applied. Sandra nearly killing Katherine Albright. and there was nothing that she could do, and that was it. Sandra Piper once again reigns supreme, reigns dominant, and defends the Women's Championship when the referee doesn't even want to get near her. Sandra Piper is so dominant. Is there anyone that can beat this woman? Is there anyone who can even slow her down? Because right now, look at this once again, as usual, sends a message. She's saying, whoever's next, come and get it. But I tell you what, after seeing that, I would not want to be next. Let's move on down the rest of tonight's card. Next up tonight, the next Hell in a Cell on the card. This is not for a championship, and it's the only card on the, match on the card that isn't for the title. But that doesn't mean that this match doesn't have the utmost importance to these two men. Jaden is here, and of course there were questions maybe that he wouldn't be. If you haven't been following to this point, Jaden and SDC are currently at a deadlock. These two have both faced each other twice, and they both have a successful victory over the other each. And now tonight, they intend to settle it, but Jaden said no, he wanted nothing to do with it, and when SDC threatened to beat him down until he said yes, he of course ran away from the show, didn't contact anyone, and did not participate in any matches for the rest of the month. Whether that was part of the game plan or not for the mastermind, he has to be here tonight. The general manager said, you don't turn up tonight, you are fired. And he did say that for the other shows, and he did turn up. He found loopholes by just beating down and mocking the champion, just making that appearance. But Jaden, the two-time world champion, always has a plan. But what is the strategy here tonight? He already has beaten him once, and he got the last victory over him as well. Can tonight, in Hell in a Cell conditions, can Jaden walk out the winner? Well, you know he's going to want to walk out the winner and rise back to the top of the ranks here in the World Tournament. And now, tonight, SDC ready to step up, ready to face the man that he has been hating for months now, SDC. SDC is here. Jaden ready to throw down with SDC. And SDC, it's been a tough road for him. He's got off to a great start to life here in WIW. Managed to secure himself the captain of the Mind Games team. Recruited Jaden after beating Jaden the first time round. That was the first encounter between the two. Then these two had mutual differences with each other. They didn't form a nice friendship at all, and they ended up colliding with two separate teams to take on the champion, to take on Team Fight Night at Mind Games. And SDC put his captaincy on the line to do that, and he walked out the loser on that occasion. And then these two had a face down again at Final Conflict, I'm tempted to say. No, it was at Hellfire, and Jaden walked out the winner on that occasion. So they are now one apiece. And tonight, the final time that these two will face off in the ring. Who will get the better of the other when the title... not when the title's on the line. When the cell is lowered. This is the final encounter between these two. Two men with a growing hatred of one another. So let's see what happens when the cell is lowered. Bell rings and away we go. And look at this, straight away Jaden. Not wasting any time here at all to get straight into the match. But SDC not going to let him get away with it too easy. Oh, look at this, straight away here. Into the submission hold. Submission hold, trying to get this one wrapped up early. But no, Jaden's able to find a way out. And of course, Jaden kind of just been playing mind games this whole time with the hero of wrestling, SDC. He says his rise is going to happen, it will happen, and it will be a thing. The hero of wrestling determined to rise to the top. And Jaden, of course, he's already been at the top. He's a two-time world champion. Yes, he had no successful title defenses, but then again, name a WIW champion in history that does have a successful title defense. Jaden has been at the top, he knows what it takes to get there, and he's determined to go back again and get another shot at the WIW Championship, even though he knows he can't face Albright at all, and he's fully aware of that, and he fully knows what he has to do. And now Jaden, what's Jaden thinking here? Jaden lining up for something. Oh, a big knee and into a neck breaker. And SDC under an ambush right now from Jaden, who's looking great at the start of this match. These two, they've had 2 encounters, one-on-one, and they have both been amazing contests. Oh, what a catch from SDC! What a catch from SDC! Oh, and look at that, beautiful move there. SDC, the hero of wrestling, showing his wrestling expertise. And now what's he thinking here? He's set up for something. What's he thinking? Oh, no! Oh, SDC's going big! Not wasting any time to bring in the big moves here. SDC, coast-to-coast drop kick! What a move! And Jaden, lifeless in the corner. What a move by SDC! Beautiful, beautiful move indeed. And now, lining him up again. SDC trying to get back in this match after Jaden's quick start. Now from the top rope, oh, well sidestepped by Jaden. And of course, no countouts, no disqualification, no rope break, which could give Jaden the advantage. Of course, he's won 2 world championships from that vicious knee bar that we know he has in stock and ready to go. And of course, rope break has been his biggest problem with that knee bar. But in a match like this, he won't have to worry about that here tonight. Meanwhile, SDC with 2 moves that have we've recently been informed the name of course, the Kryptonite, which is the knee strike, which I'm sure you'll see come into play at some point. And it is big finisher, the Injustice, ready to go. That little pop-up little pop-up cutter out of the powerbomb position, which we've already seen him play, not tonight, but we have seen it in the past between these two. And one thing you need to know about these two, they do not lie down for anyone. Both these two will have to do absolutely everything to walk out the winner, and they know that. They've seen it from experience with each other that these two won't just lie down or give up straight away. SDC's going to try his luck, though. Into the cover, he's only going to get a 1. And these two in a heated battle right now. These two really doing well, though. They're both trying to keep up, trying to make sure the other doesn't get in control. But right now, the hero of wrestling is in control. And now going for a submission hold here. Oh, and I don't think Jaden was prepared for this. Submission hold applied. SDC got him in the middle of the ring. Jaden's in a bad place. And it looks like Jaden just trying to power out here, trying to find some space in the elbows to the head. Forces SDC to break the hold. And I don't think Jaden was prepared for a submission here. Attempt from SDC. Oh, SDC was in a power slam position, managing to escape. And now Jaden in trouble as SDC brings him up. There it is! Kryptonite! There's that knee strike that I was talking about. There is Kryptonite. And we might not be too far away from the Injustice. SDC with a full head of steam now. He's rolling. But Jaden, as we know, not going to lie down and go down that easy. Playing to the crowd, not exactly a fan favorite. And now Jaden trying to forge his way back into this match as he did at the beginning. Now has him in the corner. What's he thinking? Try to set him up for something. Didn't quite connect. And we're now in the corner. What's SDC going for here? Oh, what a super kick to the jaw. And stunned, but he's not done there. There's another one. And Jaden. Oh, look at that. 3 massive super kicks before Jaden falls. Jaden tried to stand up and keep going. And now SDC calling for the end. Calling for the Injustice. Oh no, instead there's the knee. Another big knee. And into the cover. Is that going to be enough to wrap this one up for SDC? Yes, it is. It only took the Kryptonite. No Injustice needed. The hero of wrestling did what he said he would. And he beats Jaden tonight here in the cell. There was nowhere for Jaden to run. And there is a reason that Jaden didn't want this matchup to occur. And that is exactly why. The running knee connects, and SDC walks out the winner. Well, they were one apiece coming into this match. They both desperately wanted to walk out of this match the winner. And tonight, when the pressure was on, it was SDC that rose to the occasion and picks up the win. The hero of wrestling knocks off the former world champion. Well, he said following this that his rise to the top would begin and that the hero of wrestling would look to set his eyes on the world championship. Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to see that? Or, well, we don't know what's going to happen, but big things are to come, that's for sure, for the hero of wrestling. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Big win for SDC. Final match of Stage 2. and we are just one match away from the two Elimination Chamber matches for both World Championships. But the next up tonight, we've got one hell of a match. A Tornado Tag Team Hell in a Cell match, and it is for the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. This one's been building for a while, and the first team out to the ring are the Blood Brothers. If you haven't been following the story to this point, here's what's been going down. The Blood Brothers formed a team together not too long ago, and they've been dominating ever since. They hit a bump in the road when they faced off against the Death Ninjas, but last time out, they destroyed them, and they sent the message across that they were ready for Tag Team Gold. And the general manager promised them a Tag Team Championship opportunity at Lockdown, and since then they've been making the Wolfpac lives a living hell. They've been getting in their head, and these two believe that they're ready to do it. Can this half-a-ton tag team capture the Tag Team Championship tonight against the Wolfpac? What these two are doing with Blake, what their relationship is, the extent of their relationship, we do not know. But tonight, we do know that the general manager has granted them this title match. And for the last couple of weeks, these two teams have been colliding, but it all comes down to this. Titles on the line, and for this man coming down to the ring, Alex Wilson, it's for the first time where his job is not on the line. Alex Wilson, the Fight Night Tag Team Champion, of course, coming off the last massive tag team match in the Four Corners Tag Team match at Final Conflict, where he was the last man standing, he was the last survivor, and it was almost poetic justice. The newest member of the Wolfpac, filling in for Stephen Thomas, who still, as we've been told, is not at 100%. We believe will be making a recovery very soon, and we are expecting to see him sometime in the near future. King Sam, we still have no word on. We still have not heard from him or the doctors or anything. We have no idea when or if King Sam is going to return. So for right now, the Wolfpac will have to do what they do best and continue the legacy. The Wolfpac era, slowly but surely, is starting to fall, and Blake Austin is the biggest reason for it. But tonight, they can continue to cement their legacy as tag team dominance here tonight with a successful title defense if they can find a way to do it. Well, we've got Alex down here, and it's now time to bring down his tag team partner. And David, of course, the last survivor of the original three right now. His usual partner, Steve, out, still injured, as I mentioned. King Sam, the leader, nowhere to be found. King Sam is in the wind. And so David has been teaming with Alex Wilson in an attempt to keep those titles around their waists and to keep the Wolfpac dynasty, the Wolfpac era, going as long as possible. But they're running on fumes here. They have the tag team titles, and it could be in very big jeopardy of losing them here tonight in this Hell in a Cell match up against the Blood Brothers, who are a dominant force, and they're going to be one hell of a team to take on, that is for sure. But their legacy is slipping. They've won all the titles that there is to win here, the Wolfpac. Every single title on Fight Night they have held at least once. Even, of course, that includes the Television Championship for the brief time that Travis was on the team. Tag team titles they've held twice now. This is their second stint, and of course the World Heavyweight Championship and the WIW Championship has both been in Wolfpac possession. The only titles they've not captured is the Mayhem Tag Team Championships and the and of course the two Women's Champions as well, obviously, and the European Championship. Fight Night Tag Team Championships on the line here tonight in the final Hell in a Cell match before the two massive Elimination Chamber matches here at Lockdown. The challengers, of course, the Blood Brothers, who of course stopped Alex Wilson from being a part of the Elimination Chamber, knowing they wouldn't get their title match at Lockdown if he was in the chamber. So they took matters into their own hands, and they seem to be talking to one another there. They clearly have a plan of action. They know what they're here to do. They know what they're going to do. But what are they going to be able to do here tonight against the champions, Alex and David? Of course, they've beaten them already this month. Last time these two teams faced off. But now that the titles are on the line and the added pressure is there, and of course the added stipulation of the Hell in a Cell, can these two get the job done and defend the Fight Night Tag Team Championships and keep the Wolfpac era alive as it slowly crumbles? Well, the Tag Team Championships are on the line, and the referee takes it from them. Is it going to be the last time that David and Alex hold those titles? Are we looking at now potentially the third ever Fight Night Tag Team Champions in the Blood Brothers. All will the Wolfpac find a way to survive the Hell in a Cell match. Bell rings and away we go. And straight away, David going to go for the heavier of the two. He's going to take on the 600-pounder. Not a bad strategy at all, but Bruiser Brad going to go straight to work here on Alex Wilson and a double-handed choke slam down to the mat. And now Big Boss, oh, look at that, full head of steam. The Blood Brothers trying to start out strong here, and look at that, the athleticism on display from Alex Wilson. Big Hurricane Rana. Now following through as well with a Lion Salt, showing his natural cruiserweight abilities there. Very eligible candidate for the Cruiserweight Championship. There's another title, actually, that they haven't captured. And now Alex Wilson taking the time to taunt, but Bruiser Brad just sends him back before destroying with a headbutt. Meanwhile, the other two dealing with each other. Look at this, beating down inside the ring is Big Boss, and it looks like the Blood Brothers are in control to start this one off. Oh, and now look at this. Oh, Big Boss trying to take David to the outside. Potentially David managed to duck the clothesline. Doesn't duck the knees, though, as the knees begin to strike down. And now look at this. Russian leg sweep. Oh, connects. And Bruiser Brad, meanwhile, dealing with Alex Wilson. There's a choking STO. Oh, dear. Oh, I was going to say, I thought he was about to splash on him. That's 600 pounds, which was about to be crushing David. Oh, and there's a massive double axe handle. And Alex Wilson rolls out of harm's way. He's out on the outside. I think Bruiser Brad is ready to oblige and follow him to the outside. Oh, he does, but Wilson gets back in. Trying to keep this in the ring, and I think that's the smart strategy because, of course, we know that the match can't be won on the outside. It can only be won inside. Bruiser Brad, oh, stuns him off the ropes. David, very much the powerhouse, true, strong fighter, weightlifter, very strong, capable fighter. Oh dear, in trouble there though. Michinoku driver. Of course, this is only one fall to the finish. This is not elimination. All members have, only one count will matter at the end, and that is the only count that matters. Into the cover though. Is that going to be enough? No, it's not. Alex Wilson was there probably to break it up anyway. And now Alex Wilson's going to go for the Big Boss. Oh, misses the kick. And now, oh, went for a knee, but Big Boss doesn't even notice he's there yet. He manages to dodge it unintentionally, but he does dodge it. Bruiser Brad trying to capitalize on Wilson, who wasn't paying attention to him, but still hit with Hammerlock DDT. Oh, dear. What's David doing here? David! Look at this! David going big here! Up on the shoulders! Rolling Thunder! And I think it just broke up Wilson's count, but what a move that was from David. And that's what I'm saying, the strength of him lifting the 600-pounder with ease. Meanwhile, Alex dealing with the Bruiser Brad, now going into the cover as Big Boss. Doesn't only get a 1 count after the interruption from Alex Wilson. Now Wilson's going to go after Big Boss here. And we'll see how that matchup plays out. David and Bruiser Brad getting back to their feet. Big Boss being hung from the top rope. Now what's he thinking here? Not quite sure what happened there, but Bruiser Brad is down, and now a gutbuster to Bruiser Brad. Oh, and a senton. And now look at this, Alex Wilson lifting up the 600-pounder for a rack attack maybe. Oh, spinning him out into a powerbomb out of the rack attack. And he's going to go for the cover after David. And they both only get 1 count. The Wolfpac in control for the moment, but it's been a pretty 50-50 affair so far. Both teams keeping themselves alive, keeping themselves in this Hell in a Cell Tornado Tag Team match. And remember, this is for the Tag Team titles. They're on the line for the first time for the team of the Blood Brothers. Oh, look at that, there's a spear! Big spear from the Boss. Big Boss. And now look at this. Oh, a moonsault, but Brad gets out the way and he takes out the referee. And he might not know it, but that might have just helped Wilson because Wilson's down. And Big Boss is dominating him. And now he's going for to wear him down the limbs. He might have just stopped the count from occurring. And he has gone for the count, but the referee is down and the ref can't be there to count it. Oh no, charging up. Oh, went for the splash in the corner. Well escaped there by David. Tried again, and David fights his way out the corner. David just fighting on, but Bruiser Brad just continues to hammer the offense. David needs to do something here. What's he got him planned? DDT, he connects. Bruiser Brad goes down. And now to the corner, Alex Wilson. That could be the place he wants him. Oh, well, he sidesteps it there, Bruiser Brad. Oh, tried to escalate further there. Alex Wilson couldn't do it on Big Boss. I keep saying Bruiser Brad, I mean Big Boss. Now has him in the corner again, maybe trying to set up for that super kick. And now look at this, a package pile driver on the other side. Package pile driver, and Alex Wilson, super kick. Bruiser Brad is down, and so is Big Boss. This could be it. This could be it. Have the Wolfpac retain the tag team championships? Yes, they have. They've done it. The super kick and the package pile driver have done enough. And the Wolfpac retain the tag team championships yet again. Well, David and Alex, we worried they might not quite have the chemistry that they needed in this match, that they had when they first formed. They might not have had that chemistry when they initially formed, but they definitely have it now. A super kick and package pile driver to wrap up another Hell in a Cell match. And now all that's left is the 2 Elimination Chamber matches. But what a victory that was for the Wolfpac. Locked in a cage with half a ton of competition ahead of them. But in the end, they reigned dominant again, and the Wolfpac once again successfully defend the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. Well, David and Alex, they've done it one more time. They've done it again. Is that going to be the last we see of the Blood Brothers? Or will they be gunning again? I'm sure they'll be eager to go for the title again. But once again, David and Alex retain and keep the Wolfpac era alive for now. It's time to move on to tonight's co-main events in this final stage of Lockdown. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, the final stage. Oh, why did the chamber change? Oh, for God's sake, it was supposed to be the other one. Okay, never mind. We got a chamber match anyway. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 Elimination Chamber matches, and the first one is for the WIW Heavyweight Championship. Remember, this one, we don't know the order of who's entering where. This one is completely at random. The first man down to the ring, though, is the Ace. Peter Bolton, remembering this one is for the Fight Night World Heavyweight Championship, and the Ace, Peter Bolton, qualified at Final Conflict by beating Dino D. And tonight, he has a tough task indeed. He has to get inside that chamber and beat 5 other competitors to walk out the World Heavyweight Champion. He's been in phenomenal form as of late, the Ace. But the question is, when the job presents itself and the title is on the line, can the Ace do it? We're looking for that new face as of now. We're looking for the new faces to run both brands now that King Sam isn't in control of both world titles. And tonight, the Ace, Peter Bolton, is looking to do just that. He takes off the leather jacket, and it looks like he's going into a pod. Okay, so he's not starting. Peter Bolton is not starting in this matchup. That is confirmed. He will be in the chamber. He'll be in a pod, but we don't know where he will come in to this matchup. Well, that's one man down in the chamber, and it's time to bring out the rest of them. And the next man down to the ring is someone who surprised a lot of people by participating in this match. No one really saw him pushing this high as he has here as of late, but he's made his return back into the ring after a bit of time working on his game, and now he is 100% ready to go. Of course, picking up the win this week to JW Cashman in the Go Home show. It is Liam Connors, and someone we've been waiting to see what he can do, what his true limits are, what his true potential is, and he is living up to his potential as he steps in to the chamber here tonight. Liam Connors gunning for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he is coming down to the ring. Where he will start in this chamber, who knows, but we will see what he can do. And this is what I'm saying, the element of surprise here for the World Heavyweight Championship chamber. We don't know who's coming in where, the order, or what's going to happen. All we know is that, of course, the title is on the line, and that we know the competitors, but they haven't had time to prepare a strategy or come up with something to prepare themselves for this match. And the jacket comes off, and is Liam Connors in a pod? No, he isn't. It looks like Liam Connors is going to start off here in this match. Oh, wait, no. No, he is going into a pod. Okay, so Liam Connors is into a pod. So I guess the next 2 people will also be starting in pods. So let's see who's next. Who's coming down to the ring next? Oh, it is Trevor Jackson by the looks of things. Trevor Jackson's going to be starting in a pod. And that's good for him. Trevor Jackson recently returning to in-ring action, and will be now competing in the Elimination Chamber. Beat Wilson Woodward to get himself this opportunity. Wilson Woodward, who swore down he'd be in the first ever Elimination Chamber, has not been able to do so. And Trevor Jackson returns to the ring with 2 goals in mind. One, to capture, obviously, the World Championship, as everybody else is here to do. But the other goal, of course, is to defeat his rival, the man who put him out of injury for so long. And that, of course, is John Cutter, who will be in the chamber as well. Well, Trevor Jackson making his way down to the ring. The World Heavyweight Championship, of course, remember, on the line. But he has a lot of goals in this match. He has a lot of personal vendettas. And he finally prepares himself for this chamber. And he comes into the 3rd pod. Remember, this is not in any particular order. The pods will be selected at random. But Trevor Jackson is the next man in the pod. But the question remains, who is in the final pod? Oh, and you hear the music. The final man in the pod is the World Heavyweight Champion himself. Max Danger is starting in the pod. He does not start in this match. And that's a good sign for him. He's going to be happy with that. Which means we know who our 2 starters in this match is going to be. The 2 people starting in the chamber is JW Cashman and John Cutter. They're the 2 who are going to start us off in this Elimination Chamber match. And Max Danger, with a lot of pressure, the general manager has put all the faith in the world into this man right here, the new World Heavyweight Champion, after cashing in the briefcase at Uprising on King Sam, who was already beaten down by both Aaron Albright and by Blake Austin. Mainly by Blake Austin, of course, he did the final blows. And now Max Danger has the impossible task of defending in the chamber, of course. The trial error, the history of the chamber, of course, there was only 1 Elimination Chamber match, and the champion walked out the winner. So history favors the champion right now. But the question is, when the title is on the line, can Max Danger step up to the task? He brings the title into the chamber, trying to continue the Danger family legacy while building one of his own. Max Danger holds the World Championship over his shoulder, but can tonight, in his first title defense, he get the job done. He hands the title over to the referee. The title is on the line, and he is the final man into the pod. Will he be... Will he be the next one to come in? Who knows what the order is going to be? But Max Danger is in a pod. And the final man... the final 2 men coming down to the ring now to start us off in this matchup. It is John Cutter, and I tell you what, that's not the man you'd want to start off in the match with. He's been a monster as of late, absolutely destroying everyone, and of course, with a win over the World Heavyweight Champion himself, Max Danger, in the go-home show. He is looking incredibly dangerous, incredibly volatile, and I'd hate to be stepping into the ring with this man as of late. Since splitting with his tag team partner, he's been almost unstoppable in the ring. The only one who's ever beaten him or slowed him down is Big Wooly. And that's for the television championship. But he's stepped up now to the big leagues. He's seen the opportunity to step up, and he has taken it with pride, and he has got himself this world championship opportunity. He's in a bad position, though, to be fair. He does have to start inside the chamber. He bears that burden of starting inside the chamber. But for John Cutter, it's not about where he starts, it's about where he wants to finish. He wants to finish as the world champion, and he has every intention of doing so. Look how calm and composed he looks as he enters the chamber. He knows in his heart that he's going to walk out of here with the title. He thinks that that's going to happen. He has that in his mind, that there is no doubt he is walking out with that title. And John Cutter, the former Illinois Correctional, is ready to start in this match. He looks around, he stares down the world champion. Did you see that in the pod behind? Almost to say he's coming for that title. And the final man into the chamber, starting us off, is Mr. Money himself, JW Cashman, who starts in the chamber against John Cutter. Losing to Trevor Jackson in the go-home show. But other than that, he's looked pretty dominant, looked pretty in control. And of course, the general manager promising opportunities after Alex Wilson managed to worm his way into becoming a television champion and, to a tag team champion, and of course getting himself a contract. The JW Cashman, and granted this opportunity, he managed to qualify. He did have to fight for it. It wasn't an easy fight. But tonight, in the first ever chamber in WIW history, can JW Cashman start the match and walk out the winner? Look at this. He's looking confident. He looks composed. But when the title is on the line and the pressure is on and there's 5 other men to beat, can he do it? Can this man win the Elimination Chamber match? Well, that's everybody in the ring, and look at this. Once again, everybody staring down the champion. All eyes are on Max on how he does here tonight. No one's going to be able to help him. Bell rings, and away we go here tonight. And we're starting with Cashman and John Cutter. And these two never faced before, I do not believe. Of course, JW Cashman, Road to Glory, runner-up, managing to secure himself a contract as the most voted superstar. And look at this, straight to the outside, not wasting any time standing here in the ring. And John Cutter is going to be one tough task to face. He's been a man monster, a man on the mission. He's been trying to destroy everyone in his way. Oh, and straight away using the chamber to his advantage. John Cutter has been destroying everyone in his way. And, of course, that man in the pod next to him, Trevor Jackson, the man he injured. The man he kept out of action for so long. And he's back here tonight to try and seek revenge. And JW Cashman right now being tossed around the ring wherever John Cutter wants him to. The countdown begins for the first pod to be opened. Who is the first man coming into the chamber out of the pods? Who is it going to be? Remember, this is random. We don't know who this one's going to be. Oh, it's Liam Connors. Liam Connors is in next. Liam Connors coming into the chamber at number 3. And it's a good place to be in, as Connors took advantage of John Cutter having his back turned. Now going to work on Cashman here. Oh, misses the knee. And now John's going to continue to work away on Connors. Not on Connors. On JW Cashman, and crashed into the corner with a clothesline. And now look at this. Oh, went for to capitalize further on John Cutter, but couldn't. Now Connors going to work away on Cashman. Cashman right now in a 2-on-1 situation. Oh, and it's sprung off the middle rope. And now Connors. Oh, Connors going to go for John Cutter. No, just forcing him on the rope so he has space to continue his work on Cashman. Meanwhile, the counter started again. Who's in next? Who is in at number 4? Who is in at number 4? It's the world champion! The world heavyweight champion, Max Danger, is in next. The next man into the chamber. Oh, look at this, John Cutter going straight for him. Remembering these two, of course, faced off in the go-home show. And Max Danger got destroyed by John Cutter. And John Cutter looking to do the same again. And if he does, we will walk out of here with a new world champion, Max Danger, in serious jeopardy here. Meanwhile, JW Cashman working away on Liam Connors. There's a German suplex. Cashman, we know, has the ability to wrap up the match with a single strike, that big $1 million shot. We've seen him do it in the past. But tonight he needs to try and preserve as much energy as he can. So I'm not sure if he's going to try and pack a full punch straight out the gate. There's a cover. Max Danger was going to break it up there, but Cashman kicked out of his own accord. Max Danger, oh, and a stunner on John Cutter. And who's in next? Who comes in at number 5? Who is going to be coming in last into the chamber? Who's it going to be? 2 men left to choose from, Bolton or Jackson. Trevor Jackson's in next. Peter Bolton is getting the luck of the draw, and Peter Bolton comes in last. And look at this, Michinoku driver straight into the cover, trying to eliminate Liam Connors here. It's only a 1 count. And here comes Trevor Jackson, first bit of in-ring action for him in this chamber match. Remember, this is for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Max Danger, I'm sure, would have loved to have come in last, but not really in a good position. And right now being dealt with John Cutter and trying to escape his grasp, and no surprise. Meanwhile, Cashman going to continue what he started here in a massive uppercut on John Cutter. And what a big elimination that would be to eliminate the big man, John Cutter. And he's going to try and do it here. Look at this. Northern Lights. Can he bridge through? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Northern Lights into the Brainbuster. Brainbuster connects. And into the cover. Has JW Cashman pulled off the upset? No, he hasn't. And in comes Peter Bolton at the last. Meanwhile, Liam Connors is in jeopardy here. Been eliminated by the world champion. It's a 1 count as well. And now Cashman working away on Peter Bolton. No surprise, these two to go straight for each other. And John Cutter getting back to his feet as well. All 6 men are in the chamber, but only with one mutual goal, and that's to walk out of champion. Look at this. Trevor Jackson now being attacked by John Cutter, and that doesn't surprise me at all. And now John Cutter, what's he doing here? Oh, lifting him up. Oh, and crashing him into the cage. Meanwhile, Liam Connors now working away inside the ring. The only man inside the ring working on Peter Bolton, the man who just came in. Meanwhile, all being tossed into the chamber there by JW Cashman. Oh, look at this. Military press. Trevor Jackson's in trouble. Military press, spine buster. Military press, spine buster applied. And now look at this. Lifting him up again. Might be going for one more military press to put him away. No. What's he lining up for? Powerbomb. Meanwhile, some ground and pound work inside the ring. Now John Cutter's going to deal with Cashman. But Trevor Jackson just hit with a big move and in serious jeopardy, but that doesn't stop him from targeting a world champion. Oh, but now W Cashman's in trouble. Military press. Power slam. Big military press power slam. Well, Cashman entered at number 1. Is he the first eliminated? Yes, he is. The referee confirms it. First elimination. John Cutter eliminates Cashman. Oh, and meanwhile on the outside, Trevor Jackson has got the world champion in trouble. One suplex. A second suplex. They're looking for one more. A massive triple German suplex all on the outside. And now the world champion in jeopardy here. Meanwhile on the outside, big slam onto John Cutter. And it's only a 2 count on Max Danger. Meanwhile, what's Connors doing here? Connors climbing the cage. What's Connors got in plan here? Connors shuffling along here. What's he thinking? Oh, went for the top, but John Cutter avoids it. John Cutter avoids it. And that's going to hurt Connors a lot there. Meanwhile, Trevor Jackson brought back into the ring by Max Danger. Now look at this. All crashed into the cage there is Liam Connors. And Peter Bolton in control. And now look at this. A German suplex of his own there, Max Danger, and crashing into the cage there. Peter Bolton on Liam Connors. Now into the cover to eliminate Liam Connors. Oh, it's only a 2, but now look inside the ring. Max lock applied. Max lock applied. Max lock. Is that going to be enough for an elimination? Has that got Trevor Jackson? Oh, yes, it has. Trevor Jackson in at number 5, but is now eliminated from the chamber by Max Danger. Just like that, we're down to 4. John Cutter, who started at number 2. Peter Bolton, who came in last. Liam Connors, who came in at number 3. And Max, who came in at number 4. And now they're all on the outside. Liam Connors, once again, he's going to try it again. He's trying his luck. He wants to deal with him. Oh, and he's got the champion. He caught the champion from the top. He was aiming for John, but Max got in the way. And he paid the price for it. And now Max in trouble as his legs are being worked on here by the ace. Meanwhile, Liam Connors trying to pull up the upset by eliminating John Cutter if he can. Max going to take Peter Bolton back into the ring. Oh, a suplex hit by John Cutter. And now Max, or might have been thinking Max look, well escaped there by Peter Bolton. And now on the outside, Liam Connors lined up for John Cutter's second elimination. Military press. Spine buster. And into the cover. Is that going to be enough to put him away? There goes Connors. Second elimination by John Cutter, and he gets back into the ring. And now Peter Bolton trying to prevent him from being the next one. And he doesn't want to be the next one. He'll be left with Max Danger and John Cutter. Oh, look at this. Spine buster. Spine buster by the ace. The ace, Peter Bolton. Spine buster. And is that going to be enough now to put away John Cutter and leave him with the champion? No, it's 2. John Cutter just won't lie down, just won't go down. Max Danger now lining up the ace in the corner. 3 men left. And they're all fighting for the world championship. Oh no, the ace lining up the world champion. Max is in trouble. Looking for ace in the hole. Ace in the hole. Connects on the world champion. Connects. And what? Wait, John Cutter. Oh, John Cutter almost breaking it up there. But the ace goes straight into the cover. Oh, but I think John did break it up. The referee said no. Referee refused to make the count. I think he's saying that John Cutter had broken it up. And now the ace dealing with John Cutter, and he didn't like that. But now, oh dear, he's in trouble here. Military press. Power slam. And Peter Bolton might be gone here. We might be left with John Cutter and Max Danger. No, Bolton kicks. Bolton kicks, and now Max Danger, tried to jump John Cutter, but he couldn't do it. Now John Cutter takes him to the top rope. That's not where he wants to be. Oh, Max well escaped. Well escaped. Max Danger looking to fly and takes him down. Max Danger still fighting on, defending his world championship. If trial era history is anything to go by, he will be able to do it. What a slam! Fall away moonsault, and into the cover it's a 2. Fall away moonsault slam by Max Danger. Now going to work away on John Cutter, but John Cutter showing he strikes harder. And now, Max Danger trying to eliminate John Carter, the biggest threat to his title. What's he doing here? Oh, he's getting the knot, trying to tie him up and make life even harder as he works away on the limbs. John Carter in an awkward position as he gets kicked down. Meanwhile, the Ace. Oh, Ace tried to line up for Max Danger and he couldn't do it. Max Danger trying to capitalize now. And now he's going to do the same to Peter Bolton. The World Heavyweight Champion is looking phenomenal right now. And now Danger lines him up. Oh, big kick. Meanwhile, John Carter back to his feet and Max Danger saw it happen, but he wasn't quick enough. Did you see Danger's face? Looked terrified as he sees this mountain of a man just driving at him at maximum speed. And John Carter, the big man, already with 2 eliminations, almost captured a third a moment ago, and wasn't able to do so. Now Max Danger being beaten down here. Oh, look at that! Massive neck breaker. And now the Ace tried to get rid of John Carter, but John didn't let him. Oh, John was thinking military press, but no! Peter Bolton didn't let him set up. Didn't let him set up for the military press. And now, look at this. Trying to pull off the upset. Fisherman suplex! Fisherman suplex on John Carter. And straight into the cover. Max Danger's going to go for it. Into the cover by Max Danger. Has he done it? No, John Carter survives again. Oh, now the Ace. Looking for the Ace in the hole. Not again. Max Danger is in trouble. Ace in the hole. Ace in the hole. Max Danger now has to kick out on his own accord. John Carter doesn't break it out this time. Is he gone? No! The World Heavyweight Champion kicks out at 2. Max Danger refusing to give up his title that easily. And now being beaten down by John Carter and the Ace. And now the Ace going to turn his attention to John Carter. Well, Max Danger survives, but for how much longer? How much more does he have left in the tank? Look at this. Oh, the Ace going for something big here to deal with John Carter. To deal with the big man, you got to do something big. Superplex from the top rope. Oh, and Max Danger screaming now, signaling is enough is enough. He's ready to mount some offense in this match. Max Danger, eagle eye to Peter Bolton, and now dragging him to the middle of the ring. He was screaming, saying he's had enough, and he's trying to get rid of Peter Bolton. Here, the Ace hit with him. The Max Lock applied. Max Lock applied. Is this Peter Bolton gone as well now? It got rid of Jackson, and now gets rid of Bolton. And with 2 eliminations each, John Carter now left with Max Danger. The 2 favourites to walk out the winner in this match are left standing. And Peter Bolton getting in Max Danger's way there because he was lining up for the super kick. Max Danger, this could be it. Max Danger looking to retain the World Heavyweight Championship with a Danger family. Super kick! Super kick, he's got him. Oh, but he wants to make sure he's going for the Max Lock. Max Danger to retain the World Championship. Has John Carter. Max Lock. Max Lock's applied. Max Danger has got him in. But has he done it? Has he got his 3rd elimination? Yes, he has. Max Danger retains. Max Danger, coming in at 4th in the chamber, has retained the WIW Heavyweight Championship in extreme conditions. What a match. Well, I said that history shows that it's more likely that the champion retains than not, but then again, we only had 1 match to go on. But now in WIW history, in the first ever Elimination Chamber match, we have a successful defense. Max Danger retains. God knows what happened to his championship, but Max Danger successfully defends on his first title defense, the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, the general manager made it clear he put all the faith in the world into this man. He put all the faith in the company in this man's hands. And tonight, he proved why he deserved it. 3 eliminations to his name. And Max Danger walks out of lockdown the WIW Heavyweight Champion still. He is the face of the company. He proved it here tonight. And although the Wolfpac disagree, he does walk out the chamber with the win tonight. Let's move on now to the last match of lockdown. Big win from Max Danger. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, the final match of Lockdown, and it is for the WIW Heavyweight Championship. We know what the order is for this one, so there is no surprises ahead of us here tonight, but we know that this is a big one, and now the pressure is even more on Albright, because Max Danger just retained. He just retained the World Heavyweight Championship here, and now Aaron Albright has to do the same. The general manager has sworn that he has to do this. He has to walk out the winner and prove that he put his faith in the right person. First man down to the ring is Brad Skeens. I'm trying to remember where he's coming into the chamber. I believe he's coming into the chamber at number 5. Yeah, he was the last person eliminated by Albright in the Battle Royal. And Brad Skeens is confident, the former European champion, traded his European Championship rematch against Jax Wolf for this spot in the Elimination Chamber match. The second ever Elimination Chamber match in history now. I guess tied first, if you want to count the other one. But he looks confident, doesn't he? The former European champion looks confident. People have been saying for weeks now that he's ready. He's a world champion caliber competitor. He believes he can do it. And he's been training so hard and adding new moves to his repertoire to prove just that. But the question is, when the pressure is on the line, can he get it done? He will be entering the chamber at number 5 here tonight. He steps in to the first pod. So entry number 5 makes his way down to the ring. And who is the next man down to the ring? It is none other than the No Heart Alan Hart. He's making his way down to the ring because he wants the world title. He has brought out the No Heart. He is bringing Ruthless here tonight. He is sending a warning with his attire. And he will be coming in at number 3, Alan Hart, into the chamber. So he will be the first pod released. But the All Heart, Alan Hart, knows what the job is tonight. Knows what he has to do. He has to come in there and survive. That's what the tactic's going to be from Alan Hart. You know it is, but he's a ruthless fighter. And you know what? He's risen to the top so quickly. It's been absolutely amazing. But we are looking for a new face of WIW on Mayhem. We're looking for someone to defend the world title. We're looking for someone to be a true world champion. Can Alan Hart be that man? Can he do it here tonight? He looks, we can't really see his facial expression. Can't say he looks confident. But he's trying to use that helmet, that mask as an intimidation factor on his opponent. Will it work? We'll have to find out in due time. But the All-Heart Alan Hart is here. Face paint applied and everything. Takes off the mask. Ooh, stares down Skeens there. Skeens did not want to look at him though. And sets up in the chamber. We know he's the first person who will be entering into the out of the pods. In at number 3, Alan Hart, who is next to come down to the ring. It is none other than the real deal, Stephen Miller. And it was not a surprise to anyone that he enters in this match. It was a bit surprised that he lost that Battle Royal though. He was eliminated by the current WIW champion, Aaron Albright. And I'm sure Albright will be hoping he's as successful as he was then. But the real deal, Stephen Miller, steps in to the Elimination Chamber. And he looks cool and composed. This is his first shot at the world title. His second title shot in his career. He's had to work so hard to get it. He's had to knock off so many names to prove he is the real deal. And tonight he gets the chance to do just that. The question is, when the pressure is on, can the real deal do it? Can he become the world champion? He's entering at number 4. So he will be the next after Alan Hart to enter into the chamber. And he looks at Alan Hart, looks at Skeens, just preparing himself for the pod. And of course we know who the final pod is going to be filled by. It's going to be filled by none other than the WIW champion himself, Aaron Albright, who is making his way down to the ring right now. Winning the Battle Royal means he comes in at number 6 into the Elimination Chamber. But he has a lot of pressure, the most pressure out of anyone in this match. Because now Max Danger is retained, he has to do the same. He has to walk in, he has to retain the WIW World Championship here tonight. It'll be the first time in WIW Championship history if he does successfully retain the championship. Can he do it? Can he do what Max just did and retain the championship? The odds are in his favor. He enters last. He has a better chance than Max did, but he hands over the title as once again he has to defend a title, but this time can he do it? Doesn't look at anyone else, just enters into the pod and knows he can just wait now until the very end to enter the chamber. And without further ado, let's bring out the two first competitors, number 1 and number 2. First man down to the ring is number 2, of course. They're both coming down on bikes, funny enough, but still. Original Brad making his way down to the ring, and he's going to have to park his bike pretty early on here as he makes his way down to the chamber. He won't be able to drive it down to ringside, so just parks it up alongside there on the ramp and is getting ready to go. The first ever World Heavyweight Champion, looking for more gold, and he already made it clear he's going to do no matter what it takes, everything in his power to be walking out of this chamber the World Heavyweight the World Champion. He'd be the second person in history to capture both World Championships. But Brad, he's had a long road to recover the reputation that he was slowly losing at the chamber, at Fight Night. He's come to Mayhem and he's proven his worth. He's proven he's a top dog. He's proven he has what it takes. And he looks at the world champion over his shoulder and prepares as the other man on bike comes down to the ring. The man that starts the chamber, he was eliminated first. He is definitely the wild card in this match. But of course, it doesn't mean he doesn't have any chance. He has as good a chance. Oh my god, let me speak. He has as good a chance as anyone to walk out the winner here tonight. Here comes Robert Hall down on his bike, and he's going to have to park his bike up next to Brad's. Might be careful though with all those pyrotechnics. But a big opportunity for Robert Hall tonight. After 5 straight wins in a row and only 1 loss on the record, he has come into this match tonight as Blake Austin's wild card. So he has to live up to the name. He has a chance here to do that. He starts in the chamber though. It's a lot of pressure. Will he be able to do it? John Cutter, of course, made it from number 1 all the way to the end. Unfortunately, couldn't defeat Max Danger. So can Robert Hall repeat that trend? He starts off in the chamber tonight against Original Brad. He takes off his jacket and his glasses. Remember, WIW Championship on the line in this final match of Lockdown. Well, the bell rings and away we go. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Robert Hall and Original Brad going to start this one off. And Original Brad, a tough fighter, a true powerhouse, first ever World Heavyweight Champion over on the Fight Night brand, recently traded over to Mayhem after things weren't going his way, let's say that to the very least. But he's back here in action on Mayhem, trying to prove himself, prove that he truly is the best, which we know we've seen him at his best. Of course, beating Ryan for the first ever in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Brad trying to pick it up in elimination early here off the snap suplex, gets a 1. And Brad will want to eliminate Robert Hall early if he can, because Robert Hall, a submission specialist, and Brad is notoriously bad with submission defense. He's lost his World Championship to submission. He's lost several times on submission. He is not friendly with that submission game. And then first man coming into the ring, Alan Hart. Next up in the chamber, getting ready to make his first appearance into this ring. The first pod open. Wait, what? Wait, what? Stephen Miller? He shouldn't be in yet. Alan Hart got eliminated first. He should be in after this. He shouldn't have come in yet. He should be the next one into the chamber. But he's in and he's being beaten down by Robert Hall. And look at the face on him. He looks almost as surprised as we are that he's in next. Because he shouldn't be. He should not be in this ring still. And now look at this. Steve Miller, going to try and fight on anyway. And Miller, we know, never wanted to back down from a challenge, but definitely going to feel as though he was robbed in this match, and he has every right to feel that way. Cover on Robert Hall, it's only a 1. And now Steve Miller and Original Brad, 2 men with a lot of beef between each other. Right, well, let's see. Clearly something went wrong there, but is Alan Hart coming in next? Or has Alan Hart managed to conjure his way somehow to the top position in this chamber? Is he in? Yes, he's in. Okay, he's in. Things back on track, and meanwhile in the ring, a massive powerbomb to Stephen Miller. Robert Hall now being dealt with by Original Brad and by Alan Hart. We're looking here on Mayhem to find someone who's going to be able to defend that title, who's going to be a world champion and actually be able to keep it, because it's never been done before. Aaron Albright with the job to do it tonight, but one of these men looking to get the chance to do it in the future. Meanwhile, on the outside, charging 450 splash to Alan Hart. Oh, what a beautiful leg sweep there in the ring by Steve Miller. Steve Miller and Original Brad are men who do not like each other, and have made that clear. Meanwhile, on the outside, Robert Hall dealing with Alan Hart here, looking for that air raid siren neckbreaker. And it doesn't look like the extra 30 seconds that Alan Hart got has given him any type of advantage, because he's getting beaten down quite badly. Oh, went for a big spinning kick and couldn't connect. And the next one in. Let's hope things have gone according to plan, and it actually is the former European champion, and it is. Brad Skeens gets into the ring. And Brad Skeens with his own personal beef with Brad, of course. They've never faced in competition with each other, but we do know they do not like each other. They are not friends. Of course, they are both believe that they are the best Brad in the business. And I'm sure they'll love the chance to prove that now that they're both on the same brand. And now look at this. Brad applying submission hold. We know he's not great with submissions, but see how he does applying it, and he can't hold it in for very long. And I figured Brad might want to steer away from submissions, especially when Skeens has developed a new submission specifically for this chamber match, and of course, the Anaconda Bite. Oh, but Brad now lining up Skeens. Skeens is in trouble. He's only just come in, and now might be in serious jeopardy of being eliminated from this match. Look at this, Brad. Old school. Old school connects. And the final countdown begins as in comes the WIW champion. Aaron Albright, the X Factor, is in. Meanwhile, Robert Hall in a knee bar, and he was in some trouble. And Brad now being worked on in the corner by Brad Skeens, who just pounds his head into the corner. Meanwhile, Alan Hart going to work on Robert Hall. And Stephen Miller under attack from Aaron Albright. Stephen Miller probably not happy with how things have gone, but he's not letting it phase him. What's he thinking here? Looking for a pump handle maybe? Oh no, gets him up on the shoulders. Death Valley Driver! Death Valley Driver to the world champion. Into the cover. Is that going to be enough? No, it's a 1. Early days still for the champion. Only just coming into the match. Well, the matchups are happening right now. Brad versus Brad on the outside. Steve Miller coming to join the fun, it looks like. Aaron Albright being dealt with Alan Hart and Robert Hall right now. And then have Steve Miller. I'm going to go after Robert Hall, who started the match and is in trouble. Meanwhile, speaking of in trouble, Brad on the other side. Package pile driver. Package pile driver. Brad now being covered here by Brad Skeens. Is he eliminated? No, he's not. It's a 2. He survives. Meanwhile, on the outside, Alan Hart trying to deal with the world champion. Meanwhile, Steve Miller in trouble here. Is he gone? No, it's a 2. Meanwhile, the spear on the opposite side. Only just saw it. So much is happening at once. Is Brad gone? Original Brad is the first eliminated. Brad Skeens gets the better of him once again. Oh, Heartstopper. Heartstopper to the world champion. So much chaos going on. And in all the chaos, Brad Skeens is the first eliminated. Oh, spinning kick. Spinning kick on the outside. And Steve Miller's in trouble now. Steve Miller is in trouble. Is Steve Miller eliminated? No, he's not. It's a kick out at 2. Meanwhile, now Alan Hart being pinned by Skeens. Referee slow to turn around, but he's only going to get a 1. And now Miller needs to do something here. He's under attack, but now look at this. Miller, what's he thinking here? Look at this. Pump handle slam on the outside to Robert Hall. Turns him over. Looking at another cover. Is that going to be enough to get rid of Robert Hall? It is! Oh no, it's a 2! The referee signals a 2. I thought he was signaling for the elimination there. It's only a 2. Well, Robert Hall survives for now. Oh, but now submission hold applied. Look at this. On the outside, Captain's Hook. Captain's Hook. And progresses further to a full mount. Is he going to be able to make the submission happen? He is. Robert Hall's gone. Robert Hall is gone. 4 men left. Skeens, Miller, Alan Hart, and Brad, and Aaron Albright, the champion, into the cover off the superplex there on Skeens. It's a 2. Alan Hart now picks up Skeens. Skeens has taken some big hits in this one. Oh, and this might be the biggest one he's taken. If he locks this in, sharpshooter by Alan Hart. Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter by Alan Hart. Skeens is in trouble. Skeens tabs. Second submission elimination by Alan Hart. And now Alan Hart under attack by the champion. Oh, but well defended. And Alan Hart, look at that, well taken down. Now wrenching away on the arm. Maybe setting up the champion for a submission attack. And Alan Hart with 2 quick eliminations. 2 in a matter of a minute. And now Stephen Miller going to try and deal with Alan Hart, who's got a full head of steam. Needs to try and slow him down if he can. Or he's going to continue his pursuit on the world champion, who's in trouble. Knee strike! Knee strike connects and into the cover. Are we going to be guaranteed a new world champion here? No, Aaron Albright kicks out at 2. And oh, and a running knee by Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller in control right now of both men. Trying to do whatever it takes to walk out the champion here. Now look at this. Big kick to the gut. Now Aaron Albright looking for a powerbomb here. No, once again, Stephen Miller with a counter. And Stephen Miller is looking great right now, but Alan Hart looking just as good. But now he's in trouble here. Oh, big takedown. Sliced bread. Albright trying to get back to his feet, but Stephen Miller making sure he keeps in control of both of them. The real deal in his first world title opportunity. Not going to waste any time. Going to try and make sure he does whatever it takes to walk out the winner here tonight. And now Alan Hart from behind. Oh, he's gone for the strike. And now going to work away on Stephen Miller. What a big elimination it would be for the no-heart Alan Hart if he gets him. Takes him down again. Stephen Miller in complete control. Dealing with both of them, and neither of them have an answer to him. And now drags him to the middle of the ring. The world champion in trouble here. Follows through. What's he doing? Oh, he's going for the air raid siren neck breaker and connects. And now Aaron Albright. Oh! Look at this, Alan Hart. Alan Hart trying to steal an elimination here, maybe. Puts him up in a powerbomb position. Oh, and Alan Hart, what's he thinking? Just going to drop Stephen Miller. Oh, onto the turnbuckle, snake eyes. Now has him trapped in the corner. They're just going to try and choke him out, but once again, Stephen Miller with a counter. Neither man can stay in control of him. And once again, Aaron Albright tried to get in control. He couldn't. Look at this. This is a dominant display. Oh, and he nearly snaps his leg in half there, Stephen Miller. The world champion in trouble here because Stephen Miller is on fire. And he can eliminate both of them at any minute now. Spins around the no-heart Alan Hart. Alan Hart with a counter. Now Alan Hart always going for the heart stopper. Well escaped there by Stephen Miller, who now trying to mount further offense. Oh, submission hold applied to Alan Hart. He's in trouble here. Alan Hart could be gone. Alan Hart's gone. Well, he picked up 2 submission eliminations himself, and now eliminated by Stephen Miller, and he's now left with Stephen Miller and Aaron Albright. And Aaron Albright looking to do it to get rid of Stephen Miller and to defend for the first time ever the World Championship. Brainbuster. He connects. Cover. 1, 2. He's done it. Aaron Albright's done it. Aaron Albright is the first person in Mayhem history to defend the WIW Championship. He has to beat Stephen Miller to do it, but he got the job done. Brad, there was the pile driver that eliminated him. And from there, it was all chaos. There was the spear, actually, that got the job done on Skians. Unbelievable. 2 elimination chambers and 2 successful title defenses. God knows what happens to these titles when they get in the chamber. Maybe it's the lighting, God knows. But Aaron Albright has done it. The first person in WIW history to defend the WIW Championship. He earned the right to enter at number 6, and no one can use that card. But Aaron Albright's done it. He has survived the chamber, and he has retained the WIW Championship. Unbelievable scenes here tonight, and that is going to wrap up Lockdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's pay-per-view. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.